Hello everybody, welcome back for some more Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. We are now going to take off and go fight Zarbon. I accidentally left, I put my PlayStation in rest mode, and I forgot to close out the game, so I've been sitting here idly for an hour because I was uploading episode 4, and it took an hour to upload. Yeah, I mean, it was like an hour and a half video, so I guess it makes sense why it would, but... Okay, I guess they're relatively high level-ish, or high enough to where I can't actually blast into them. But yeah, we're gonna go take down Zarbon in a minute or two, so I'll deal with that. And then while I was busy kind of sitting here for like an hour doing things, I did a little bit of like some study stuff, but not much. I was watching the whole, Suicide Squad game, basically, and I was curious as to like... what happens, who dies. I have a pretty good idea of why people hate it. I'm not going to probably talk about too much of it here, because, people can find that on there. It's like a new game. I don't want to spoil too much, I guess, but... it's weird because the gameplay, when I first saw it, it looked... okay, the first trailer we saw seemed okay. The one with the Flash, where they shoot at the Flash, where Deadshot shoots him. And then, it's the whole mail me the bullet joke, which I originally, I thought that was a pretty good joke. The original gameplay seemed like it would be okay, if not just kind of like, it would get repetitive like pretty quick, I always thought, because that's the problem with games that are like this type of shooter. And then we saw more of it, and then it just ended up becoming pretty obvious that, yeah, it was going to be a very basic, everyday looter shooter game now, I guess, so that sucks. But anyway, sorry, I don't have much to say when it comes to Dragon Ball Z. Like, we've already done most. It's just Dragon Ball Z. You know what goes on. You know what happens. If you don't know what happens, then might as well just read it or watch the show or something. Or even, hell, play this game yourself. Find out that way. That'd be one way to do it. Because we've been here, done that, and we're going to have to fight Zarbon at least like another few times. Yeah, today's recording will probably end up being like another hour and a half session or something like that, which we're actually pretty far in for what it's worth. I mean, not like super far in, but we're definitely pretty good. I mean, what, 4 videos? This is episode 5 now? Something like that, and we're already, like, basically on Namek, which is, like, once we beat Frieza, that's pretty much, like, halfway through the main sagas, because that's, like, 2 sagas done. And we're doing pretty good right now. Like, the Doria's down, Zarbon, got beat up once. And now we're probably gonna go beat his ass again. Either right now or probably eventually. But anyway, I do want to say, like, the Suicide Squad game doesn't seem to be as offensive in terms of gameplay. Story-wise, it definitely seems like they're trying to be a bit more than what they should. Especially considering the fact that I guess apparently it's supposed to take place in the actual Arkhamverse, which is kind of dumb. It should have been its own thing, to be honest, but... yeah, there's a lot of bad things with it, and then, Kevin Conroy Batman thing, and yeah. So... like I said, gameplay-wise, it just looks like a very okay shooter, I guess. At least, but I don't know. I haven't played it yet, so it's hard to say. Alright, now I think we actually don't have to fight Zarbon right now? Oh, that's right, because, yeah. You must feel pretty foolish. Vegeta isn't exactly strong enough yet. Which, of course, there is a way for Saiyans to get stronger, and it's called a Zenkai boost. Something, of course, only Saiyans possess. Literally getting your ass whooped to the point of death, close to death. I'm afraid I can't let you die just yet. I still have a lot to ask you. And then after you've, kind of wake up from your almost damn near death situation, You get a big, giant power boost from it.
I can't believe I'm actually providing aid.
It is, I guess, in all honesty, yeah, it's kind of a bit of an ass pull.
You're going to tell me where you've hidden the Dragon Ball.
I mean, then eventually, later on, it becomes less of Zenkai boost, and now it becomes more so
There it is.
just pure transformations. And I've already talked in depth about that, but I honestly think that... Alright, you know what? I'm going to throw it out there.
I'm glad to see you're safe, Ten.
I don't mind Super Saiyan God Blue. I think it's a cool color, because blue is my favorite color. But on top of that, I think it's a pretty cool way of doing it, because it's sort of like a way to kind of, I guess, save on stamina, but also have power to it too. In comparison to, like, Super Saiyan 3, which is more so raw power, but less stamina or something like that. Although for blue, like, it's just going to be stronger no matter what. In that concept, yeah, that kind of sucks, but I like the way the blue looks. It actually is pretty damn fitting for Super Saiyan, because, like, originally it was Super Saiyan that was, like, the newest, coolest thing to have. And then Super Saiyan Blue, I feel like, definitely kind of somewhat reinvigorated it, just a tad. At least in my opinion, it did. But the overall idea of it is, I guess you could say, a bit kind of dumb and silly. Because I would say after, like, Super Saiyan 3, and then after,
Wish for theirs to return to Earth.
like not counting, I guess you could say not counting fusion stuff, the power-ups just kind of became rudimentary in, that's probably the wrong word. It became, kind of done just for the sake of doing it, is what I feel. There's no power-ups nowadays that allow the user to have some sort of consequence / benefit. Now it's more so that, well, I mean, to be fair, Super Saiyan transformation originally was, for the most part, a how do I put it? It didn't really have too much for consequence, unless you counted it being a rage thing. Having rage while in Super Saiyan was a potential consequence, which, of course, Goku eventually learns pretty fucking quick, I might add, to not be in rage mode with Super Saiyan. He just kind of goes Super Saiyan and then just has it now. I feel like the rage detractor would have been a nice kind of balance for that, but then they take that away. And then for Super Saiyan 2, it's more so like it's just a more stronger version of Super Saiyan, which, if I'm not mistaken, I heard that Toriyama never really called it Super Saiyan 2 and 3. He just more so called it, like, Grade 1, Grade 2, that kind of stuff. So that way, like, it's still Super Saiyan, but now it's a stronger version of it. Kind of like, think Gear 5, although, with the gear system from One Piece, it literally is called Gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stuff like that, so, I don't know. Super Saiyan 2, I don't think really had much of a drawback, to be honest. It was just kind of like Super Saiyan, but even stronger. But, this is kind of going against my own argument, I know, but I still feel like, at least with Super Saiyan 3, it made sense to kind of have that sort of balance between the two, of, like, just pure raw power, but you lose out on, like, possible stamina and stuff like that, because you have the other thing that's not really a Super Saiyan thing, but it's more so something that, like, Vegeta and, in a way, Goku kind of did with Kaioken, which is the granting yourself a stronger buff. Trunks, basically. Max Trunks, where, like, he kind of just gets buffer and bigger. It's something that everyone can technically, theoretically do, where they can kind of expand their muscles to become stronger at that moment, but they lose out on it. They lose out on speed. So I think that's a fair thing to have. And then Kaioken, which was one of the most, I would argue, pretty damn unique in terms of Dragon Ball stuff. You obviously drain a whole lot of your energy, like a ton, to even the point where, like, your health is kind of getting drained, even in game. So I think that's, kind of neat, honestly.
Never felt this kind of power before. This
But then you get to like Super Saiyan God, and now it just kind of feels like there's not really much of a non-benefit to it, like red-haired Super Saiyan God, which pretty much just is kind of like a new base Goku, practically. That's really what it is. It's basically just new base Goku. Because you have Super Saiyan God, but then after that, you have Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, which of course is blue. And it's pretty much just restarting the entire thing over again, but with potentially no cost or no consequence of having it. Although, to be fair, I'm not really sure if Super Saiyan God even had, like, anything that would technically detract from it. As far as I remember, I don't think so. But I do know, like, Super Saiyan Blue, I believe, should have, like, max stamina, speed, and, like, potentially even max, like, I don't know, strength, I guess, at the same point, too. So there's that.
What about this one?
And then,
These 5 here are probably
after that was, like, what, Ultra Instinct or some shit, and it's just, like,
Here's this one all by its lonesome.
I honestly feel like Ultra Instinct's kind of lame. I mean, because it just doesn't need to exactly exist. It could just be a thing that doesn't have to be a power-up. You know what I mean? Like, it could just have been... It could have just been like a Zenkai boost type situation where it just kind of exists, but you don't really have to see it. But no, of course, we have to have fucking Super Saiyan. Actually, technically, it probably was, what, Ultra Instinct Sign? That was a version that had the white hair or some crap like that? I don't fucking know. It's just one of those things of like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. It's just one of those situations of, yeah, here you go, have another hair color type thing. And I know people, you know, bitch and complain about this stuff a lot. I get it, but oh, I forgot that was a thing here. Why not? We'll make something. We'll give ourselves like an extra, I don't know, thing to have, I guess. Just because. I should probably write these down if I'm gonna go get the platinum again. Ugh. Well, I know for now that's... Oh, there is Hike West in this place. Holy shit. Before we probably do the side quest, I'm gonna go ahead and eat up the dish, I guess, real quick. Actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and register these little bitches, because apparently they're not registered yet. They're not a registered sex offender just yet. Might as well eat it now. I forgot exactly what it does. Plus 50 HP, plus 1 to melee attack. And... Is that, like, permanent? Or... I don't know, man. I don't really know. I don't know, and I really don't care enough to know, to be honest. Because with the way that this game normally is, it doesn't really matter that much in the end, as long as you could just beat the bosses you fight, and there you go. So, I just realized, we're probably not going to be able to finish the Namek Saga in this episode. I think it's going to take at least another hour or so after to do so. Alright, here I am. I'm here to save you. Was this the other kid that was probably being chased? No, wait. There was like that other kid that died, but I don't think we saw that happen. Oh well. Well, anyway, let's just fight generic mooks again, I guess. So. Also, I forgot about the Ginyus. I forgot about the Ginyus. We actually do have quite a bit to do. I'd say, like, maybe this video will probably end up possibly knocking out the Ginyus, and then maybe after that, in the next episode, may or may not finish Frieza. Who knows yet. Let's just finish up what we can while we can, and just do it quick, I guess, and go from there. So. I'm feeling kind of sicky a bit. I'm getting like a slight headache. I think it's just because I've been like sitting in this room all day doing pretty much just nothing, kind of waiting for things to kind of happen, I guess. Alright, where the fuck would... It'd probably be like up, I don't know, up here probably. Knowing how this game is, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't even know exactly like what it's supposed to look... Oh, it's just regular tree stuff.
I think I
Yeah, let's just fight. Just get over with. You guys are gonna get in my way no matter what I do, so might as well kick your ass now while I have the chance. You know, every time I hear the word Masenko, I think of Dragon Ball Sagas every time without fail. And honestly, would you be a real, true Dragon Ball fan if you've never played Dragon Ball Sagas? Like, would that just be a thing? Like, could you really consider yourself an actual Dragon Ball fan at that point?
Wow, this energy's incredible.
I mean, I guess so, but, like... I don't know. I think the reason why I'm feeling kind of like shit right now is because I ate, like, fucking... crappy-ass snack crackers and crap. I've been eating them all day. Not all day, but, like, all week, I should say, actually, more so. I bought them for work, but, well, I haven't been able to go to work recently. Just, you know, things going on, that's all. Not a big deal. It's just unfortunate. That's all. Come on. Nope. Stop. God damn it. This is pretty much my work at this point. Well, sort of. This is more like a other work thing that I do. I consider it. Although I don't really actually consider this a job. It's more so like I just do these things for fun. It's a hobby. And that's how it should stay. And I don't want any fucking asshole telling me that it shouldn't be that way. I don't need some fucking asshole to come in here and tell me that, well, you should definitely, like, monetize your videos and make money from it and shit. And, like, you know, you should really try to get, like, more subs and more views, bro. Like, man, if they come, they come. Like, it doesn't matter. Because once this thing turns into a job, it fucking sucks. And then recently, my sister was asking me, kind of a hardball question, which was basically like, would you quit your normal job if you had the ability to be a full-time YouTuber? And I, honestly, no, not really. And my sister-in-law, which it's kind of weird to say that because, I mean, she basically is just a sister. Saying in-law just kind of feels weird, but it's more proper and actually legit that way. But, she made a good point that, like, basically, it's easier to kind of, like, having a job like YouTube is not exactly the best option for everything covered. Like, I don't think you get benefits, and on top of that, like, there's no actual job security with it. So there's a chance that YouTube could easily fuck you in the ass the next day, and you would have no way to know or be able to even possibly fight back. Because the way that YouTube treats its, you know, content creators anyway. Sorry, I had to take a big breath there. I was running out of breath talking too much. But the way that they treat their content creators now anyway just doesn't really seem like it'd be a very good idea to do that anyway. And I'm the type of person that likes to be prepared for almost everything. So quitting a job just to be able to do YouTube full time, I think is kind of stupid. In my case. Not like if you didn't have a full-time job yourself and you were doing YouTube and you got paid doing YouTube, yeah, fine, awesome, that's great. But for somebody like me, I don't think it's worth it. And you might call me greedy or whatever, like, oh, you just want more money, you just want to be more safe. You want to, you know, not have to worry about, you know, shit or whatever. Like, that's kind of dumb. I always feel like that's how people think of me. They always think of me as, like, a greedy asshole. But it's like, I'm not being greedy. I'm just being safe. Like, I don't want to... I mean, yeah, I spend my money on stupid shit a lot. But... Well, not a lot, but I just mostly buy games here and there. And then, you know... I like having a game collection of things. It's just a bad habit of mine. But, like, I don't go out and buy, like, a new car, like, every fucking week or whatever. You know, I don't spend my money, like, all my money. I try to think about how much money I could put into my house, you know, how much extra I can put in, even if it's just a little. I'd rather just be better off, like more well off, and have my priorities straight than just all of a sudden be like, you know what, my life fucking sucks. I'm just gonna ruin it even further. That's not how I roll, you know. I see people that do that sometimes. Where, like, they have the best options of things. Like, they'll have, like, just enough money to get by. But then they'll fucking ruin it. Like, they'll go, like, eat fast food every day. Which, you know, I can't talk shit because, I mean, that's almost kind of what I do. That's why I not what I do, nor, well, I do it. Yeah, I eat fast food too much. But, like, this week especially, like, it's just been, like, nonstop. And it's like, I gotta fucking quit doing that crap. It's gonna kill me, and I know it is. I'm trying not to. I went out and bought grocery shit to try to stop that. But, it doesn't always work. Doesn't always work the best. It happens. But, yeah, so, basically, like, you see people that just kind of take for granted what they have or what little they might have, and then they ruin it by just buying stupid shit they don't need, you know. They'll go out and, like, I don't know, buy a ton of, I don't know anything specific on top of my head. Let's take my case. Let's say that I had, like, I don't know, let's just pretend like I had, like, $200 or something, right? And I decided to spend all that fucking money on just games. And then all of a sudden, like, well, now I don't have $200 anymore because I bought $200 worth of fucking video games.
Like I'm losing power.
And then at that point, it's like, well, that's my fault. And, you know, I should definitely have to pay for that shit. And then I don't work any overtime to get that money back, so now I'm kind of fucked over, you know? It's kind of like that, basically. I'm not trying to shit on anybody specific. I'm just saying in general, like, I wish people would be a little bit more cautious with how they spend. And me too, of course. Because sometimes it's kind of easy to fall into that trap of wanting to buy shit that you don't really need. The worst part is, next month there's like this month there's like 3 or 4 different fucking games coming out. And then there's like something coming out in April. I forgot exactly what it was. I know there's a game coming out, like, on my birthday. I think it was a Dave the Diver Godzilla thing, I think, was coming out directly on my birthday. I don't remember. April 26th. That's when it should be, because that's my birthday. What was I going to say?
Where could he be?
Yeah, basically, Yeah, there was Persona 3 Reload coming out this month in like a few days. I don't remember exactly when it comes out, but it's going to be like another $70 price tag, and it's like, god damn it. I want it, but I have too much other stuff going on right now that I probably should just wait. It'll be fine if I don't get it right now. And besides, even though I'm probably afraid that people that... I always get afraid about Persona 3 because I feel like the wrong people are going to get it, and they're going to just shit on it, which it's already happened. Somebody already said it's not Persona 5. That's a con, and it's like, at that point they're doing it on purpose. At that point, these people are doing it just to be jackasses. So I'm just not gonna play that. I'm not gonna play that little game with them. You know what I mean? Persona 3, like, just leave it alone already. Just fucking leave it alone. Like, don't shit on it too much. It's a good game. Just leave it alone. Yeah, it comes out literally tomorrow. Well, this episode might be uploaded. Yeah, these 2 episodes I think are going to be uploaded in the same day, probably. I'll probably upload this one for tomorrow. I'm recording this as of now, February 1st. Same thing with episode 4. So, yeah, it comes out literally fucking tomorrow. And then there's that other game, I forget what it's called. It's like, Slayer Zero. That comes out, like, I think the 20th. Or some shit like that. I forget what it's called. I don't want to look at Demon Slayer. Fuck off. It's basically like, it's a ninja... Was it Ninja... Not Ninja Slayer. What the fuck was it called? I don't know. And then there's a Tomb Raider collection. And that I've already pre-ordered. Like, I pre-ordered that one on accident. Because I thought it came out, but it didn't. And I'm like, fuck. Well, I guess it's coming out next year. So I already got that purchased. But yeah, there's like Persona 3, and it's like, should I just wait? I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it'll come out when it comes out, I guess. I don't want to see... No, Tomb Raider collection. How hard is this? I'm talking about the... Yeah, I'm talking about the new collection that's coming out, right? Wait, what? Does this thing just not exist?
Get Frieza. Your Dragon Balls are
I guess not. I guess apparently to them it doesn't exist. Now here we go. February 14th, 2024. All right. Yeah, 14th, right? Yeah, 14th. Okay. And then let me think here. What else is coming out in February? I felt there's more. Shit. Now I'll have to look up that. Here it is. Slave 0X. That's what it's called. And it looks really good. I think it's like 20 bucks. So I'll probably end up actually pre-ordering that one. For Persona 3, I might wait like a little while until I start getting a bit more money to kind of, you know, do things. I kind of want to work, not gonna lie, I kind of want to work a little bit of overtime this year. I want to get a bit more money. And again, that sounds incredibly greedy, doesn't it? That sounds fucking greedy, doesn't it? But like, I want to get more so I can be prepared for things. I want to have more so I can cover more bases for a little while. You know, I have things that are coming out. I think it's okay for me to do that. And on top of that, the other thing too, like quitting a normal job to work YouTube full time. Depending on what normal job you have, say you had like a desk job. Okay, that's fine. You're basically just quitting technically a shitty job for a relatively better job that kind of does the same thing, but not really. Now, for me though, hang on, I'm trying to clean up my screen here. Sorry, I keep... Yeah, my body keeps fucking with me here. So, if you have a job that's, say, I wouldn't say labor intensive, but more so something that you can actually move around and do, I would say that's something that you shouldn't probably quit. Unless it's like, I mean, like, if you had a job that made you work 15, 20 hours a day, and then you went on to do a YouTube job, then I guess I can see that being kind of okay at that point. But it really there's so much nuance with it, it's kind of hard to exactly describe. But a job like mine, like, I get to move around almost all day. So, for me, I would rather have a job that I can move around physically all day and actually be able to move physically, you know, and not just like a Walmart job, like where you stand around like every 5 minutes and then you move somewhere. It's more so like I get to move around enough, you know what I mean? As long as I can get that physical activity in for the day, I'll keep it. I want to keep that because I feel like that's going to benefit me in the long run and keep me at least a little bit more active / healthy. And then, like, with a YouTube job or even, like, a streaming job, like, yeah, you could theoretically just have more time. Because at that point, you can just stream, you can just record as much as you want. As much as you can physically take it. And then, on your off days, you could just, you know, why not just go to a gym or why not just work out? Like, yeah, there is that, too. But I feel like also having a job kind of keeps you somewhat mentally there, too, because it kind of keeps you more mentally in check. Because when you have your days off, you know, at least for me, it's more like a motivator. You know, it's like, I have the time to do things, so I might as well be motivated to do it. And if I didn't have something to kind of motivate me, then it would be kind of hard to do this stuff. Like, if I was back in my 2012 days, these videos would have taken way longer to get uploaded. Way fucking longer. But because I don't have the full time, quote unquote, because I don't have all the time in the world to do these, it makes it much more fun and much more easier, strangely enough, to kind of do them when I get the chance. I mean, yeah, I still, every once in a while, kind of don't do YouTube much. Because, again, it's a hobby, and that's how it should fucking be, but people don't understand that, you know, a hobby can just be that. Some people just really just don't fucking get things at all, which happens. And I don't want to change this into a job, so I'm better off, honestly, feeling like I should just play games when I feel like fucking playing games, and doing things when I feel like doing things. This kind of turned into a big giant rant, I apologize, like this is Dragon Ball Z, so I probably shouldn't be ranting too much, but it's kind of hard not to. But I like talking about things because if it's a game like this where I can kind of just lay back and chillax and just record for the fun of just recording, I'll take it. Because I love talking, and I talk a lot. And a game like this kind of helps me do that because, let's be honest, there's not much different going on. It's the same fight, but just a different scenario every single time. I don't think you can defend against that, honestly. I think you're kind of stuck just taking that hit, maybe. Unless somebody's done like a no damage run of Kakarot, but that's possible. Who knows? I don't know. I haven't exactly looked to find out if that's true or not. But games like this and Metroid make it kind of easier for me to just lay back, bitch, and moan about things. It was funny too, because I think this morning, I had the thought process of realizing where I was at my YouTube, because there was a point where, especially when I was streaming, where you could arguably say that I was starting to get viewership, right? I was starting to get views. I'm not trying to show off or anything. It wasn't like anything big. It was more so like above average, you know, like 30, 40, whatever, right? Anything like that. And I was starting to kind of gain subs here and there, and you know, a video of mine blew up, you know, that kind of thing. I did some shorts. They kind of worked out. It's just one of those things of like, if I put in the effort to actually get views, it's possible that I could get them. Not that it would happen every single time without a doubt, but it's more so like, there's a chance. And I took that chance and it happened to work out. So, yeah, I'd go from there. But lately, you know, ever since, like, I'd say maybe probably, like, I don't know, I can go check real quick. Something like, I guess, around probably, ooh, yeah, God of War Ascension. Oh, forgot I fucking did that one. So, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, Tekken, great. Tekken did a good job, and it probably was because I was, like, Tekken 8 was coming out, so probably people wanted to see some Tekken shit, maybe. But Tekken did pretty good, you know, like 103 views on my Bruce video. Like, that was pretty good. People liked that one. No, Baik got like 80. Like, I had like more than at least 20-ish per, right? Like, more than my normal average. And I'm fine with talking about this stuff. I don't really give a shit. Because, again, I'm not doing this for like a job. I'm doing this for like a hobby. I'm just telling you guys, like, if you put yourselves out there, if you want to make content, you can do it, you know? Just keep at it. Don't give up. If you want to make it a career, just have fun. Just if you really wanted to make it a career and you really wanted to do YouTube as a thing, streaming is your better option. Just telling you right now, right off the bat, that's my best advice. Just do streams, especially do them on YouTube. It's probably easier that way. Like, technically, it's easier to get more. It's easier to quote unquote get you know, a partnership on Twitch. However, I feel like it's harder to get followers on Twitch unless you're doing a very specific thing. Like, if you're a variety streamer, you're probably going to suffer a little bit more as a streamer. But unless you end up being a VTuber then, like in a company. But yeah, if you're a variety streamer, it might kind of kill your thing a little bit more. And what I mean by variety is, I mean, like, say one day, like, say if I was a streamer, which that would end up being that same way, like my normal streams, right? There's no consistency with them, not only in terms of scheduling, but not counting that, looking past my scheduling, that's already a problem as is. 1 minute I'll do like Tekken, I'll do like a Tekken stream, and then before that it'd be like, I don't know, I've fucking played World of Horror, right? It differentiates, and that's my fault, you know, but I wasn't trying to get views, I was trying to just have fun, and if people came in and watched, awesome, you know, that's awesome. Do God of War Valhalla just to try it out, right? Like, that's all I cared about was, like, I just want to try it out, you know, I feel like streaming, I'll do it. People show up, they don't. So yeah, if you are specifically attached to something, let's say like you're a Mario 64 speedrunner, I feel like people are gonna they're gonna be able to gravitate toward you a lot easier, and even then also be able to watch your content more often because you are that specific thing.
That was close.
because they know you as that person that does that specific thing. They're going to want to watch you more often. I mean, I'm not exactly, speaking from full experience. I mean, I've streamed before. I don't know everything in the world. I don't know if this is going to work out for everybody, but that's how I see it. Another thing that could potentially help you is, well, something that will help you big time. I know this for a fact. Personality. Being able to talk as much as you can and talk about anything and everything, and being able to talk with your chat and actually have interesting conversations with them. And just don't be DSP. Don't be a dick. Don't treat your chat like fucking kids, because they're not. Well, unless you are DSP, and then they probably are kids. But don't, your chat, they're normal. For the most part, they're normal fucking people. Like, just talk with them. Don't be afraid to talk with your chat, right? Because that's your fucking audience. That's your fan base right there. And I'm not trying to make it sound like chat is numbers. Like, that's all they are. That's all they matter. No. You should have fun talking with your chat. If people come in and they try to ruin your time, get rid of them. Ban them, time out, whatever. But like those, the people that actually want to, engage with your stuff and actually want to talk to you, just talk to them. Have fun, man. Like, just take it easy. It's never a bad idea to make new potential quote-unquote friends. You don't have to go full on with it. You don't have to make them your actual real life friends or anything like that, unless you wanted to. I'm just saying, like, yeah, just have fun talking with your chat. Don't be afraid to talk and conversate. Because they're not only just here to watch the game, they're here to talk to you too, right? So why not? And now I'm sounding like a I'm doing that again, where I sound like a sociopath, where it's like, oh man, like, the only thing that matters, like, the only thing that your chat matters is the numbers. Like, as long as they're there talking to you, like, that's all that matters. They're just numbers. I'm not trying to say that. I sound like an alien. I don't know. I'm trying to explain to people, like, how I would theoretically go about making a bigger audience, because I know people want that. I know people want to make more subs, and I get that. And I'm trying my best to help people, if they wanted to, take some of my advice and use it for themselves, because I don't really want all that. I don't really want to be super famous from YouTube. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter either way. I'm perfectly content with the things I do outside of YouTube already, that I'm perfectly fine just making it my own hobby. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, for, like, the experience and just wanting to kind of be, I guess, a wise old man, preaching to the choir, I guess, how I would probably go about doing things. Exactly, I'm selfish. There you go. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So, yeah, big thing is personality. You don't really need to have a webcam. I mean, it does kind of break that barrier of, robot versus human, I guess. Whitefish, alien whitefish fin mussel? What the fuck? If I can't find some fish around here, I'm just not going to bother with the side quest, because it's just pointless at that point. Normally in a regular game, like Far Cry or even like Carnivores games, I'd be fucking terrified of the water. Like Endless Ocean, I'd be fucking terrified. I'm terrified of water. But because it's fucking Namek and it's Dragon Ball, there's nothing going on. I know there's absolutely nothing here. So, none of it matters. But anyway, back to, I guess, the topic at hand, I guess you could say. Topic at hand. Yeah, just find something to be niche about. Not really niche, but, like, find something that you like to do and make that your thing. If you want to be a speedrunner, make that your thing. If you want to be a guy that plays fighting games, make that your thing. If you want to be a Let's Player, you have to keep in mind that if you want to be a Let's Player and you want to make YouTube a career, it might not work out the way you want it to. It might not work out in the same regard. So just a fair warning. Oh yeah, they're visitors. They're basically just paying a tour visit. It's weird. Yeah, my best advice, just try not to be a variety streamer at first, because I feel like if you do that, it's going to alienate some of your audience. Because some of your audience, like, they're going to want to watch potentially the thing that you advertise that you normally do. If that makes sense. So like I said, if you're a speedrunner, they're gonna know you as that guy that speedruns that game, and when they're interested in watching you speedrun that game that day, they'll watch, right? That's just how I see it work. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, again, like, why are you telling all this to us? But, like, you don't do it yourself. It's because I just don't care to. It's work. It's hard work, and it would ruin pretty much the entire point of my YouTube channel, which is just to have fun. And you can still have fun and be like a streamer, but just keep in mind that if you want to grow yourself as a content creator, you got to put in the work for that. And if you don't necessarily care that you grow as a content creator, then just have fun. That's what I'm saying. Growth only should matter if you want to get it. And don't feel bad that you want to get it. It's okay to sometimes feel a little bit selfish in that regard. It's okay. As long as it doesn't take away from literally everything in your life, then it shouldn't be that bad of a thing to do, necessarily. What the fuck is this stupid fucking goddamn unearthly, ungodly, stupid, shitty-ass fucking stone at? Like, I can't see shit, and I've scouted relatively almost the entire area. Yeah, also take my advice with a grain of salt. Like, you know, this is just, it's just a me thing. It's the things I've learned as I've grown up, as I've done YouTube, you know. Take it for what it is. It's just an old man yelling at clouds, basically. And something else, too. If you want to be a content creator nowadays, but you don't want to do, like, streams and stuff, just be a YouTube Shorts guy. Just be a TikToker. Just do TikTok shit, but make them interesting. Don't do the same thing that everyone else fucking does. Try to spice it up. But see, that's the hard part. Is there's so many people out there that are just going to be boring no matter what they do. Because they don't try hard enough to make themselves not boring. You know what I mean? They don't try to go out of the way. They see like the newest, coolest, hippest thing, and they're like, I'm just going to do that. I want to follow that trend. And sometimes that works. But if you're going to follow that trend, at least try to make yourself stand out, you know? Try to do something a little bit different than what everyone else literally does. So, like, for instance, like, say you're like a, I don't know, like a horror guy, right? Like, you watch, like, you like horror content, you know? You watch scary videos, and you want to make, like, TikToks reacting or... Well, yeah, most people just make, like, a reaction thing, which, by the way, that's a whole rant on itself. I fucking hate that shit. I hate... let me finish my first topic first. So, basically, let's say you're a horror content creator, and you're making, like, TikToks or YouTube shorts of horror content, like other people's videos, right? Well, one, you should give credit, but two, the main thing is, if you're going to be reacting to that, you should give your own commentary. That's the big thing. Give your own fucking commentary. You know, say, like... This video right here, you know, it's like, super creepy video or whatever. I don't think it's true. Blah, blah, I don't know. Just something like that, right? But the rant that I want to kind of get into real quick is, I hate this fucking dumbass trend. Slight trend, I should say. I don't know if it's I don't know how big it is, but I feel like it's a TikTok thing anyway. There's this thing where, like, people will... You know, they do, like, the split video, the vertical video, like, they show themselves, like, on one side, and then there's, like, somebody else on the other side. Look, I'm not a TikToker. I don't know exactly what it's called. I'm too fucking old for this shit. I'm a boomer. Yeah, I make myself sound worse every day. I know. So,
I think I can handle this.
you basically have these people that have themselves on one side, and then the actual video they're watching on the other side, right? So let's say there's, like, somebody on the right is talking about, I don't know, Dragon Ball Z, and they're like, I fucking love Dragon Ball Z, like, you know, Goku, you know, his power level is, like, 69 to 69, you know, and all this other shit, and he's trying to prove why Goku is, like, weaker than Krillin. And then, the person on the left just fucking stands there with their phone in the mirror, like filming themselves in the mirror, and they just point and smile the entire fucking video. They're like, like they're doing like the agree with that, That shit makes me so fucking furious because you're adding nothing. You're just agreeing with them. You did fucking nothing. You did fucking nothing at that point. You're adding nothing. You're just agreeing with them. That's fine if you agree, but can you tell us why you agree? Can you give some input toward things that maybe people might not know about? No, they never fucking do. They just point, and it fucking angers me. And you might say, well, that's just the boomer in you talking. You know, that's just the fucking old man in you. You know, the old grumpy old man bullshit. This is actually elevated stupidity. This isn't even like a generational like thing of like, oh man, I'm like a generation or two higher than these people. Like, of course I wouldn't understand it. It's not that. I understand it. It's for views. It's for clout. But it is so unbelievably fucking stupid. And the worst part is, it wins every time. They get views every time. They do the most basic bullshit every time. Oh.
Tell me, when should power be used? Correct. Power must be utilized only when necessary. The final question.
God damn it.
Upon gaining power, for what purpose will you fight?
To basically defeat these assholes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is why you fight. Think only out.
But anyway, back to like my whole like I was talking about YouTube before, my own personal content. So I'd say around the time when I started Metroid Fusion, things started to kind of drop. You know, we started doing like co-op stuff and what have you, and I kind of threw in God of War Ascension, which to be fair, that one does not deserve views. But like co-op content, like I kind of was hoping that would at least get some people interested, but not really too much. But I'm not really that surprised. I feel like once I started doing like Metroid Fusion, and then after that was like a couple of co-op stuff like PlayStation All Stars, Mario 64, and then the God of War Ascension. It kind of became like stagnant again, and it's because I'm not putting out the effort to make it not that way. And that's the thing. That's my fault. That's my own doing. I am the one in charge of my own YouTube channel. I'm the one doing that to myself. I could change it. I could start becoming like a fucking Sonic YouTuber or something, right? I could change it. I could make it happen. I could figure out how to work the algorithm if I already have it. But I don't do that. Because I don't really care that much. I don't want all eyes on me. I just kind of want to... Having a small audience and like a nice community of people is nice enough. Because again, I don't want to treat this like a job. I don't want to make this like an everyday thing. I just want to have fun and I want people to come in and watch my videos and feel, comfortable with them and have a good time, right? Or watch my streams and feel, that they have a place they could watch somebody at and talk with. Although I don't stream very often because I just don't really like doing it that often, that's all. I am, for what it's worth, more of like a Let's Player because it allows me to just talk and just rant and just go on to things. And I also tend to get kind of a little bit anxious when I do streams because I'm always worried that somebody's going to come in and be a potential dick. Because there's always a chance. But usually my streams are really good because you get a lot of cool people, of course. I don't want to like, of course, say names or anything like that because I don't want to make people feel like they're being pointed out or whatever. I'm not trying to do that. But cool people know who they are, and that's good enough.
The Dragon Balls grant the user 3 wishes. You can still have.
All I'm saying is I mainly do this for fun, for me. I like doing this. This is fun for me. I get to talk, and if people don't watch it, I mean, you know, yeah, it kind of hurts a little bit because it's like, oh man, I kind of wish people would watch. But it doesn't exactly kill me. It doesn't stop me from making content. I've seen that happen before. Somebody was inspired, I guess you could say. That's probably a bad word to say because it sounds more dickish and sounds more egotistical. But like they saw my content and they thought, hey, I like what you do. Any advice and stuff like that? And I'm like, yeah, you know, just get yourself a capture card, a nice mic, and just be you. Just commentate, you know. And then that person made videos, did Let's Plays. You know, I gave a bit of my criticism and advice, stuff like that, you know, just to kind of help out. And then they just stopped uploading, you know, they just kind of quit. And that happens sometimes too. Like some people just see a thing that may or may not be trendy, or they see somebody and they're like, I want to do what they do because they do it so well. And then they try to do it themselves and they forget the one key aspect, and it's motivation and willpower. You have to be able to just do it. If you want to do it, just don't quit right on the spot, you know. If you quit right on the spot, it shows your character, I guess you could say. Although in a case like that, you could say like, well, they'll probably have better things to do anyway. But I'm saying that if you're really wanting to do something really bad and then you just stop doing it because of something, then it just kind of shows that like you're, it's going to sound mean, but a little bit more weak-willed, you know what I mean? If you just give up on everything right then and there, it really goes to show a lot. And to be fair, if you want to attack me for something, I can give you an example of something you can use against me. Back in 2019, I quit YouTube for 2 years. Okay, I quit YouTube for 2 years. It was eating my brain alive. There were people outside of YouTube that ruined it for me. There was people even on like my streams, or not even just streams, but even just in YouTube, that just kind of made it harder to do because they were just being dicks, right? And it all just kind of cultivated like in a big negative tank of bullshit. And I quit YouTube. That was weak, right? You could say that was a weak-willed thing, but that's up to you, I guess, at that point. To me, that was a weak point of my YouTube channel. That was me giving into my own weakness. My anxiety of being afraid of people. My anger toward, you know, people outside of YouTube that were affecting it, which I should have told them off, but I didn't, because I'm always afraid of confrontation and all that other shit. I'm too weak-willed. And then 2 years later, I come back, I, you know, republicize my videos. I privated them before because I didn't want to lose them. Made them public again, came back, and here we are, you know, and it kind of benefited. And right now, I'm trying to, like, get, like, 100 Let's Plays finished. So that way I can have that goal accomplished, you know. That's another goal to accomplish. And another piece of advice I heard, it's really good advice for goal setting. And I heard this from, actually, Zach Hadel, who is Psychic Pebbles. I heard it, him say it. He gets some pretty good advice. When it comes to goals that you want to hit, like, let's say that you wanted to, let's make a reasonable goal, I guess. Okay, you know what? Let's make an unreasonable goal. I don't know. Let's say that you wanted to destroy a mountain, right? Like, you just wanted to gain the ability to destroy a mountain. You want to gain that power to destroy a mountain. Well, you should start by destroying rocks first. You should start small and then work big. That's the idea. Have a big goal in mind. So I guess I can give you one of mine. One of mine is to eventually one day make my mangas happen, because I have these story ideas for manga stuff. But the thing is, the only way to get there is to finish those smaller goals of, like, get good at drawing heads, get good at drawing arms, hair, get good at drawing, like, panels, get good at all this stuff. I have to set aside the biggest goal of them all and work on the smaller goals first, so that way I not only have experience with those things, but to also be able to build myself into that bigger thing. Because if you start off big first, it's going to be overwhelming and even potentially even just really hard. Sure, there are exceptions to that rule. Sometimes people can just do things. You know, there are people out there that can just all of a sudden wake up one day and magically just know everything in the world, right? Although that's actually technically not true. But to be fair, there are people out there that do have the motivation / I I guess you could say, the will to just do it. And, you know, that's great. But you don't always have to be that guy. You don't always have to be that 110% person. You just gotta be what you can for the day, you know, and just try to be better the next day. Yeah, basically, just, if you're gonna work on a big goal, you're gonna have a big dream. Say you want to, like, I don't know, go to college and do this, that, or the other. Like, don't focus on, like, the biggest dream, but focus on, like, the smaller bits that would lead you to that big dream, you know? And again, if you want to be, like, a Let's Player or a streamer, that also kind of coincides with that, too, because to do that, just work on small streams first, you know? Don't give up. Don't just quit your channel just because you don't like it anymore. Because you're going to lose out on things that you've done before. And if you keep quitting things, it's just not going to... Again, it will reflect your character because it's going to make you more susceptible to continue quitting shit. Which is why, and I hate to admit this, when I saw, let's say, a certain content creator capable of doing the things that I wish I could do, but he could do them way faster than I did, and it took him way less time to do it, it damn near made me fucking cry. Not even a fucking joke. Yeah, I'm not even fucking kidding. It damn near almost defeated me at that point. Not only defeated, like, completely, but more so, like, it hurt. It hurt knowing that, like, all that work and all that progress that I put into things almost felt like it didn't amount to much because somebody else could do better. And then that very same 5 minutes after that, I calmed myself down. I told myself, it's because of your failures that make you better at doing the things you do. If it wasn't for your failures, you wouldn't have the success. You couldn't earn success if you didn't fail. All those mistakes and all that time that you spend making things or whatever, even that time that you don't, you know, that's still going to eventually help in the future. There's nothing wrong with where you're at now. Just keep trying, basically, is the point. And I had to tell myself that shit. I had to tell myself, just do it. Don't focus on what someone else is doing with their shit. Focus on what you're doing with your shit now. Who gives a fuck what this insert said content creator can do? You're not them. And besides, who's to say that the work they put in is the same amount of work that you put in? Who's to say that you might not also be able to do that? Who's to say that your knowledge could also potentially be, on some regard, possibly, maybe even better than what they can? Maybe they didn't learn everything and they just possibly cheated their way to the top. Who knows? Right? There's so many things that go into that I don't know about. And I'm just assuming shit, right? And that's the problem. I'm just assuming shit and making things in my own head to basically deject me. And the only thing you can do is tell yourself, you may be a failure now, but if you keep at it, you can see success. Besides, wouldn't it taste better to have something accomplished if you suffered enough to make it happen? It's pretty much the thing like with me with hardcoring guides. Because those guides, those are hard to do. That is me putting in the strength and the skill to learn that stuff. Me putting in the time to learn that stuff and be able to beat those games on hard. If it wasn't for my motivation and my willpower to do it, I would have given up a long time ago and never would have felt that sort of feeling of accomplishment. And if I had quit completely, cold turkey, like I did 2 years ago, and then never came back, I would never feel that sense of accomplishment again. I will say this, it did kind of kill me a little bit knowing that, like, I gave up on something. Knowing that I gave up on something scared me. It hurt me inside to know that giving up my, like, even if it's just something that was actually mentally fucking with me, like my YouTube channel and all that other stuff that surrounded it, even though, like, it was mentally killing me, just the fact of me knowing that I gave up was enough to piss me off, to get me to come back and try it again, and this time, do better. So, if I can do it, you can fucking do it. God damn it. The key to success is failure and not giving up. If you give up too quickly, you're going to give up on everything. And then you'll never be able to come back from that. And I can't live with myself if I give up on shit. It just doesn't work that way. Like my Sonic Generations project, yeah, I came back because I quit during the Sonic Generations project while it was happening. And that project was fucking hard. And I knew it was going to be hard. Because at the time, I didn't really like Sonic Unleashed as much as I did now. I was worried about Sonic 06. And then you know what I fucking did? I fucking did them. I came back, I finished Sonic Heroes, which I was already annoyed with. And I thought, there's no way in fuck I can beat Sonic Heroes because I gotta go those stupid-ass Chaos Emeralds, right? There's no way I can do it. It's just too damn hard. What did I do? I came back and I finished it. I finished the fucking Sonic Generations project. It's over. At this point, I should probably stop talking about this stuff because, like, I've already kind of done my anime moment, and I'm just, at this point, basically just doing an encore, I guess. But yeah, I genuinely mean it. Like, just try, man. Just try. And I guess to an extent, it's not a bad thing to have at least some healthy competition, but just don't take it too far. The only competition that I like is with people that I work out with. That's it. Because what's actually kind of funny is the one thing I don't really get super jealous by, in a bad way, I get jealous when it comes to art stuff, but when, which is terrible, I know, but that's my motivation. Using my anger and my motivation to, you know, to come up and, continue. Sorry, Raccoon just kind of distracted me there for a second, but anyway. So, I went to my brother's house, and then he had, like, a weight set. Like, he had a bench and everything. And then, I haven't lifted, like, a normal bar in, like, years. I've been doing, like, dumbbell stuff for a while, right? And I lifted, you know, the weight, and then, it was not really a struggle, but I did, like, I don't know, a couple of reps, right? Like, I can only do, like, 2 or 3 reps. Then he comes down, he does, like, a full fucking thing, and it's, like, anywhere from, like, 6 to 10, and it's like, God damn it. It made me kind of, at that point, get hit with a reality check of, like, I gotta work out, I gotta buy a fucking bench, like, for realsies. I gotta really work out for this shit, because, again, having, like, a competition thing like that isn't really exactly a bad thing, because you're both building up, not necessarily to be better than each other, but to be good, to be your best. And you're working together to kind of do that in a sort of slight competitive way of doing it. But when it comes to YouTube, though, that's worse. Making YouTube out as a competition is only going to ruin it. At least it did for me. Always worrying about the numbers, always worrying about the views, how much more subs you get. It only makes things worse. Also for Frieza, I noticed that his ears are kind of like inside of his helmet, but I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a helmet. I always assume that's like a part of his head, but why would his ears grow like inside of his head? Wouldn't that make them not as effective? I don't know. I wonder who that could be.
Where'd that spaceship come from? It's Goku.
You know what's funny? If I don't finish that side quest with the tourists, they're gonna die. They're actually gonna die. That's insane to think about. Here he is. The man, the myth, the legend. And he worked himself to the bone. And now he's got a new gi, which I think should say Goku on it. I'm pretty sure. I believe so. He changed out from Master Roshi's, and now he's got that one. And I think at one point, I think he had King Kai's, right? But now he's got, like, I think his own on, because at this point, He's become his own Hermit Master. Which, if I remember correctly, Hermit Masters have the ability to, like, read minds and stuff. And so, well, eventually Goku will have the ability to do that on his own. So, yeah. Alright. Goku got, like, a huge fucking level up buff. Might as well try to potentially, maybe, I don't know, level him up, I guess, while we're here. We'll see what I can do. Yeah, might as well get level 3. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Level that up. We gotta do more training things. Super recovery, cool. Supreme power, level 2, nice. Destructive blow. And then here's, of course, Kaioken, which... Let's see here. Yeah. Gain support effects, raises damage dealt by 20%, but you slowly lose HP over the course of the battle. And now we can do 35% extra damage. So Kaioken level 2 will be very nifty to kind of have around. And the rest we can't exactly necessarily upgrade to. We're going to have to wait until we get... we need more, like, red orbs, which, you know, you can find around easy. But yeah, there you go. There's Goku. He's up. So... There's not a lot of places to find red orbs on Namek because it's mostly fucking water and grass. I mean, you're not gonna be able to find red orbs. You mostly find red orbs in like places like deserts and shit and like city stuff. I feel. You find blue more so around like water and green around like grass type things. Is my TV too loud? I can't tell. I mean, it's on, like, 1 volume, so it should be fine. Mr. Piccolo! I forgot that Piccolo's not back yet. Still kind of waiting. Boom.
What the? Hey, who are you?
Always kind of funny how much power they put into those things, but they never really, like, truly destroy rocks very often. If that was a very powerful attack, they could have killed Gohan, who can literally just clean mountains, but then, like, the blast itself just didn't. Unless you could, I guess you could argue it's consecutive energy, so it's not going to blow up everything around it unless they tried to. But because it's a condensed, concentrated energy, it probably just only blows itself up alongside, you know, the person is trying to kill. Alright, cool. I guess giving them a Senzu Bean... Especially Vegeta. Well, actually, yeah, because Gohan is Saiyan, so they got a Zenkai boost from that. Okay, that's fucking stupid. Completely broke my guard. You freaking jackass. Yeah, no time to charge. A little time, I guess. Come on, stop. That crap already. Here we go. And now we should be, in theory, powerful enough to take down... Well, Raccoon. It's just, unfortunately, that we're not necessarily strong enough to do, like, stun attacks on him, though, which sucks. Also, it's completely unsafe to be doing, you know, Kamehameha attacks while out in the open like that, but it's fine. Ouch. God damn it. I'm trying to charge here, you fucking dick. Yeah, Raccoon's gonna be a pain in the ass with this stuff. You know, all I gotta really do is just kind of dodge away and it should be alright. Oh yeah, I forgot that Kaioken's a thing, but we probably shouldn't use it. Wait. Oh, god damn it. Why do they do that shit? They basically just get like a free fucking teleport. Shit's annoying. Alright, that's it. We might as well just do Kaioken, because at this point, he's just going to be a jackass. Ugh. And here comes the entire thing again. Wait, I have burst thing on. What the fuck's going on? Why is that just not working? I couldn't do like a teleport. Alright, well, we got the chance. Oh, God. That's going to kill me. He's gonna kill me. We should, in theory, be a lot better. Also, you're better off blocking that attack, those attacks. Trust me, it's a lot less painful. Okay, so now... Well, oh yeah, I guess not. We can't do body blow just yet. Well, we can do that at least. It's probably because mainly, you know, Kaioken helping out big time. And we're not really wasting as much health as I thought we would have. Dodge backwards and just blast him. You know, I just remembered the freaking Android 17 and 18 fight from History of Trunks. Oh, Jesus. And I didn't know about, like, you could just go buy healing items, like, right there on the spot before the fight. And I tried doing it, like, with barely any healing items, and that sucked. So bad. It was so hard to do it. But with healing items, it made it just nothing. I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of like Raccoon. He's got some pretty cool attacks, not gonna lie. Okay, Goku, where the fuck was all that in the actual fight? Like, you could have just done that shit earlier.
Sorry, you were wide open. So I just went for it.
He still has his martial arts in him. Sort of. He's still good.
How is this possible? He's already
And just think,
same power level.
that's only one out of... No, that's two. Right? Yeah, two out of the 5 main Ginyu.
Wait. What, are the stories more than legends? Could it possibly be? Is he the
Can't wait to hear Vegeta say that, like, the next,
appears once every 1,000
you know,
years?
13 different times.
Is he actually a Super Saiyan? What about you guys? You gonna go back to your own planet or what? Or do you want to end up like this guy over here? Oh, you hear that, bird, huh? This spiky-head whip must be out of his mind.
I'm taking it that most likely... See, the thing is, like, when it comes to the Ginyu Force power levels, I mean, they're kind of interesting because Goldo is, like, super weak, but he has the ability to, you know, control time, so that makes him pretty strong. And then, like, for Jace, I mean, I don't know, like, is he stronger than Raccoon? Probably, I don't know. You would think Raccoon would be the strongest one because he's, like, huge. Burter's more so the quote-unquote fast guy, but what the fuck is Jace supposed to be? The Red Australian? I feel like there's not much to Jace, I don't know. I mean, I guess their combined efforts together makes them more unique. I guess, possibly. Yeah, now, for some reason, yeah, like, with Raccoon, I couldn't do, like, stun stuff to him. I couldn't knock him back or none of that. Well, let me pop my fingers real quick. They kind of hurt right now. Kind of a weird shot right there with the ground in the way, but oh well. I was trying to do body blow, but okay. Or rock, paper, scissors, I mean. Oh, shit. It does get kind of annoying trying to fight 2 enemies at once, though. So, yeah, get used to that. Also, Burger, I thought you were the fastest one alive. What happened to that, huh? Probably should heal. Because you don't really get the time to heal outside of fights much. And try not to use too many healing items either. Try not to waste them too much. You want to keep them for things like this, you know. Although, to be fair, for Goku himself, like actual, you know, canon Goku, it's not going to be a big deal. These guys are nothing. But, since this is a video game, they have to be something. They have to be at least some sort of a challenge, I guess. Come on. I still kind of wish that Sparking Zero would be made by Dimps, but it sucks it's not. I mean, eh. Spike, Chumsock better pull up. Because I don't want the game to suck. I really don't want to see that happen. Now, we'll try to waste Jace as fast as I can.
You know, it doesn't look like you guys have the slightest clue of what you're doing.
I mean, I could always just... Yeah, but I feel like if I do that, it's going to get me killed. Yeah, well, too late. There we go, finally. Landed one of those fucking things on somebody. And the problem is, when you get hit by red attacks, they do a thing where they stun you for like a few seconds, so be careful of that too. There we go. Full on like burst thing going. And this should be relatively easy. And yeah, we can stop basically Jace's stupid energy blast. So there's that. And he should be dead any second now. Once I get in there and get him. There you go. Kaioken's great, but of course you gotta be very careful with it. And level up. Not like it really matters, but I'll take it, I guess. It's gonna help in the long run. Technically. I mean, any level in this game is good. It's just that they kind of don't really amount to much.
He must be trying to conserve his energy.
When pretty much everybody's levels are about the same.
That power spike is probably too quick for even their advanced scouters to detect.
Oh yeah. I'm too fucking powerful.
Unbelievable. How can
I'm way above 9,000 now.
coming from?
Do you understand now? Just give up already. And leave this planet.
This must be some sort of nightmare. How can we elite warriors be so powerless against this guy?
Oh. Just gonna leave Birdie behind, huh?
Makes me sick. Why would you let them get away with that? You may have
'Cause I
grown
can't.
stronger, but that doesn't make you a Super Saiyan. Far from
We'll see about that, Vegeta. We'll see about that.
You're proud of how much you've increased your power, but that won't be nearly enough to defeat Frieza.
Frieza, huh? That's the guy King Kai told me about.
Yeah, he told you specifically to not
All the
fight him.
training I did?
But then
You
again,
think I'm
this is
still not
Goku.
strong enough to beat him?
And he's the only chance we have to do anything.
Frieza possesses more power than you could ever possibly imagine.
Maybe you're wrong. I mean, you saw.
I mean, to be fair, everyone kind of just ends up having to wait for Goku anyway, unless Gohan's like the secondary situation.
Goku is
Doesn't happen that often, but you know, you can here and there. But to be fair, at least with the Namek Saga, like they held their own for a while, at least until Ginyu showed up.
To wish for immortality.
And even then, you know, Gohan and Krillin still beat Goldo, and Vegeta,
done that yet.
you know, killed him, and then Vegeta gets his ass whooped anyway. So,
Would you know?
I mean, why not?
Like using the Dragon Balls on Earth, the sky should get really dark and Shinron appears. But it's been bright this whole time.
Well, I mean, it is a planet with 3 suns, so I mean, it's gonna be bright no matter what you do.
What?
To be fair.
Shenron. You mean something comes out of the Dragon Balls?
Oh, yeah, that's
Yep.
right. He probably doesn't know how to summon Shenron. That means we still have a chance to make our wish.
Hooray!
Appears we've got some company arriving. Looks like Jace has brought.
Wait, do I not get a break?
Along with him. Wait, where's Frieza? I thought for sure he.
Are they really gonna make me fight Ginyu like one fight after another? I forget
I'm sensing
if that happens or not.
massive energy over there. That's gotta be Frieza.
Over there?
Oh, we're in big trouble now. That's where Guru is. Oh no.
Well, shit.
Frieza's probably gonna force Guru to tell him how to make a wish with the Dragon Balls.
Yeah. And once he's figured that out, he's gonna kill Guru for sure. He doesn't
Not like it really matters, considering the fact that Dragon Balls are just bring him back to life anyway. I mean, I don't think they really know that much, so there's that, I guess.
Krillin and Gohan, you two get the Dragon Balls. Me and Vegeta will go stop Frieza.
Right. And if we don't hurry, Guru is done for.
Maybe we will have a chance for like a small break.
get the dragon
Yep.
radar.
I guess we're gonna have to do some doubling back and
Good luck, guys.
probably go find Guru, I guess.
Goku,
Maybe.
get him!
Unless we have to play Goku and then we're kind of stuck fighting.
We're gonna go greet those.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go fly over there. Okay.
Fine.
I would do it in this same episode, but I feel like if I do it now, it's not gonna end for like another hour. Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
So you know about that, huh?
I mean, we could just go get it finished and over with, but it's such a long fight, though. You know, it'd take a while, I'm sure. Ah, fuck. I got too close. I tried not to. Ah, who gives a shit? If it's an hour and 45 minutes, who fucking cares? Alright, what do you got now, dick?
You've got some real guts, you know that.
Alright, I guess we'll see about that. I'll just beat him really fast, and then he'll not ever have to fight again.
This is the guy, huh? His power level's around 5,000.
Jace went off and told him like it was his daddy.
Makes no sense, right?
Telling your fucking dad on me, you bitch. Coward. I had somebody do that once. I used to... my mom used to bowl. It was like a bowling league thing. She would go to the bowling alley like every Tuesday. And I would always like play in like the arcade room and shit. And just, like, they had like an air hockey thing. And I would hold the air hockey pucks. Because like no one was there, right? No one was in that room because nobody really went to this fucking shitty place. And there was always this girl that would always just yell at us for everything we did. And it pissed me the fuck off. And the worst part is, like, she pretty much just knew us at that point. You know, like, she would always show up as well. And then just fuck with us. And it was annoying as hell. And I remember grabbing one of the air hockey things. And on the bottom of the air hockey putt things, they had, like, that hole in it. And it kind of, you know, I would pretend like it was like a lightsaber coming out of it, right? And I would just fight with my brothers. Like, we wouldn't actually have anything coming out of it, but we would just, you know, pretend. And then she told her fucking dad on us. And he grabbed them and he put him, like, high up above the air hockey machine so that we couldn't grab them. The dude was literally like a 40-year-old dude basically bullying a couple of kids. Like, I say bullying, but yeah, that's pretty much kind of what he was doing. He was pretending to be, like, you know, the actual adult, I guess. But dude was just a fucking just a fucking pussy. Like, I don't know, you could have... If it was management, that'd be one thing, I guess, but he wasn't a part of that. He was just a fucking dumbass. It was just... Now, I'm looking back on it, that's fucking weird. But, yeah, I don't want to say anything, but, like, I don't know. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at, like, this guy's just a fucking Nimrod. And his fucking daughter's a dumbass, too. You might be thinking, like, you're holding onto a grudge. Like, not really. I don't really care. Like, it was just back then. I'm just telling you a funny story. I do actually hold grudges, but on very specific people. Like 2. Give or take. 3, maybe. I don't know. Some of them are not as bad as others, but... Yeah. Actually, 4 people. Okay. I'm thinking of, like, everybody that's ever, like, done something that pissed me off, like, really bad. It's like, most of the time, like, if it's not that bad, like, I'm not going to remember it that much or care that much. I mean, I've done some pretty shitty things to people, too, so it's not like it's a big deal. But one of them is, like, you know, people that I've been around at work or whatever. Which, actually, one of them's gone. Yeah, one of them got fired, like, not that long ago, and I was so fucking happy hearing that. I was like, oh, thank God he's gone. Because he was such a fucking prude. Like an actual fucking dick. And very pervy toward women. Just very weird. The basic thing of, like, what people do. Like, I'm not going to talk too much about it. But, just... I don't think oh well. Basically, all I know is he got fired, and that's about it. I just didn't like the guy. Come on. Come on. Die, Jace, goddammit. Die, you ass. You fucking ass clown. The other person I really don't like is one of my cousins. She's an absolute fucking bitch. I would say it's partly her family's fault for that, kind of. Like, it's both like her dad. Her dad's, you know, fine, but I don't know, you know, he's got some issues of his own, but, you know, she definitely takes after, like, her other side of family, that's for sure. I know holding grudge is never a good thing, but it's more so like these are people that I just do not want to be around.
Vegeta said something about that too. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Super Saiyan? You mean the legendary warrior?
By the way, when I say... I probably shouldn't talk about it too much, but like... What I mean by pervy, I don't mean like actual like...
The only thing in the
As far as I know, I don't think like actual pervs. I'm talking about like just... The stupid, dumb, trying to be flirty crap.
Is that I'd like to avoid
It's not exactly pervy, you know what I'm saying. So,
So listen
yeah.
up. Just leave the planet. I'm saying this for your own good.
What? Are you joking?
No, I'm serious. I don't want to kill you guys if I don't have to.
See, that's the one thing that Goku kind of, sort of, you know, not really does too often. Yeah, he gives, like, I guess you could call it an ultimatum. But, like, yeah, he does give, like, them a chance to escape, you know, get away. So that way they can maybe, you know, reform and become better people, / become stronger to fight them again, right? He does do that. That is a fault of his. But him saying that, like, if you don't get away, I will have to kill you, is not a... Like, I kind of wish Goku could be more like that more often, where he gives them a chance to go, but if they don't want to take it, then they're just going to have to die. Like, at that point, it's more so a suicide mission for them, because now it's like, well, he gave us a warning, and we didn't take it, so that's kind of our fault. This is one of the most powerful superpowers in all of Dragon Ball, of everything Dragon Ball ever. And too bad Ginyu's fucking dead. The strongest attack that you could ever see, ever, right there. As far as I know, it doesn't matter what the power level is of that said person, Ginyu could just do it. Which kind of gives me the question, is this Ginyu's actual, real, true body? I mean, probably, most likely, because, you know, he's got the whole color scheme thing going on, he's got the whole pose thing going on, he's got all that shit just right. You know what I mean? He's got all that stuff down. So, it kind of begs the question, is that truly his real body? Which, again, it probably is. Most likely. And if not, like, what did he originally look like? And on top of that, why did he never power change or change bodies with Frieza? He could easily become way more stronger than Frieza.
I'm in serious trouble.
But then that also kind of begs the question, too, like, is that actually truly the strongest power there is? Because
Meet up with Krillin and the
can somebody with a high enough power level, would they be able to be changed into? I mean, it's obvious that Goku's stronger than Ginyu, and he could change into him, right? It's very obvious that he's much stronger. But could it work on somebody with a Frieza that has a damn near almost infinite power level? Well, not really infinite, but like a massive power level? I don't know. I really don't know.
He seems to have sniffed us out.
Man, I gotta go fucking piss. Can I go piss? Please?
And hurry. Those Earthlings need you.
Okay, I understand, but please don't die, Grand Elder Guru.
Yeesh. My face. I shaved it earlier. It feels nice. I fucking hate facial hair. It always itches. I've heard it might be because like I have like super dry skin or some shit like that. I don't know. It's like I don't know how to fix all that crap.
What do you want?
I'm not a scientist.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Frieza, and I've come to your humble little planet in search of the Dragon Balls. Fear not, as I have already managed to gather all 7 of them. Though it would seem I am unable to draw upon their power. Which is what brings me to the lot of you. Tell me what I must do in order to grant my wish.
I suggest you leave. We have no intention of telling monsters like you.
See, Frieza, if you were just polite and not killed everybody, you might have actually gotten it. But you decided to take the opposite route of doing that.
There are 2 of you.
You decided to be a complete and total overhauled cunt.
One of you will test.
And, yeah, that's what's gonna bite you in the ass.
If that's how it's going to be, then we'll fight. But know this. Grand Elder Guru, the creator of the Dragon Balls, resides here.
Yep.
If you kill him, the Dragon Balls will disappear as well. Nail, my son. You must hold him off as
And there you go. There's...
understood.
Again, it's not... I don't consider that one an asshole. I think it's more so like... That's a reasonable thing to have. The person that created the Dragon Balls dying would set off the Dragon Balls and make them not work. I think that's a good way to kind of have a sort of consequence to something so powerful. A monkey's paw, I guess you could say.
Much longer to live. Fighting here.
Which is quite nice, because I think like with nowadays Super Dragon Ball, I don't think it really does much of that anymore. I mean, back then, like with the OG Dragon Ball, it was all about like martial arts and shit. And then it became Dragon Ball Z, which is more so about like just power levels and just overpowering your opponent rather than actually having techniques that could do that. Except for, of course, Raditz, which, you know, that in itself was a very cool technique to use. And then I guess you could probably say maybe Vegeta / Nappa. But let's be honest, Goku being there was kind of more so a case of, let me just get Spirit Bomb, let me use Kaioken to kind of just overpower Vegeta, and there you go. And then, of course, with Frieza and all them, it's just like, alright, who's going to get a bigger power? Like, who's going to become stronger first? And when? Oh, sorry. Ah, it's my stomach. It's doing that thing where, like, it's trying to belch, but I'm trying not to.
Where are the Dragon Balls? They're either hidden somewhere or Frieza's holding on to them. Wherever they are, those Earthlings are sure to find them with that contraption of theirs. But before they get the chance, I must master...
I could use some toes to suck on right about now.
This should work. Once those runts summon that Shenron creature,
I could use a dick to suck on right about now.
It won't be long until I run into them. I should change into a new battle suit while I have the chance.
Alright, cool. So, do I... Nope. Okay. It's still just cutscenes. A lot of cutscenes.
Gotcha. Let's go, Gohan.
And I think the cutscenes are finally over. I can actually... Yes, I can finally quit the episode. It took about as long as I kind of sort of hoped for it to actually take, to be honest with you. I don't think there's anything to really upgrade. There's probably really no point to upgrade Krillin, but I mean, I don't know. Not like that's going to happen much. But at least it's there. So there's that. Alright, anyway, that'll be the end of this episode, probably for like a little while, so sorry if we don't get very much Kakarot content. Maybe, we'll see. I kind of want to continue on with more Dread, but... Or I might actually play more later, I don't know, I'm having fun. But anyway, that'll be it for this. Thank you all for watching, and as always, take care, everybody.